white chicken chili is absolutely delicious, and you're going to want to be able to prepare it in your crock pot. So whether you work in the home or outside of the home, your dinner is going to be ready at dinner time, and your family is going to love it. So stay tuned. Actually, I'm kind of preparing this in advance because I've got a couple of days that I really don't want to have to do a lot of cooking. So because of that, we're putting together a white chicken chili. I love white chicken chili. And we are going to put this together. So what I need to do at this point is to blister these peppers. I have poblano peppers and Anaheim peppers. So I've already washed them. I'm going to give them a good oiling. I'm going to take that and just rub those all over those peppers because I want the skins to come off. I'm going to put them under the broiler. There we go. And let me clean my hands and then we'll get them under the broiler. Okay. Now, I'm going to put it in my top oven, put it on broil, and I have to keep an eye on them. Okay, so I'd say in about 7 to 8 to 9 minutes, I'll let you know how long it took. But mainly because this particular oven is a little smaller, it's not as deep as a regular oven should be at the top. So it's going to cook a lot faster. So while that's doing that, I need to prepare some onions. Where you can see I've still got grapes out. I need to put those up, but I'm doing several things, multitasking here. So that's our wine container. Got our onions. We want those cut up nice and small. And those in half. And just chop, chop, chop. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure I'll need all of this, but I will need some for the kicked up potato salad. So I'm chopping extra onions, and right now my eyes are watering. I really hate chopping onions, but you know, you do what you gotta do. We keep it real in the kitchen. Okay, so there's all of our onions. And that part's done. We've got a lot of smoking going on, and like I said, we have to turn the fan on because these peppers are really fumigating. The smell of those hot peppers. Oh, they're looking good. Gonna give them another turn. And let them stay in there another 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes for the pepper. Well, here are the blistered peppers, and I don't have a brown bag for them, so I'm just going to take some foil and lay over them, and so that the skin will come off. Normally, if you put them in a brown bag, they will be happy enough that they will release their skin, but unfortunately I didn't have that. So I'm going to turn the oven off. I'm going to let these steam. Woo, they're pretty hot. Get my towel and cover them up. And I'm going to give those a few minutes to just steam in there so that they can release their skin, and all of that will clear off quickly. Well, let's work on these peppers. You know, we put them in the oven, we took the skins off, and I have them in this little container, and so they can kind of cool off before I put them in to blend. And because when they're hot and the blender gets hot, then that's not necessarily a good combination. So I'm putting those into my little bullet. It's usually pretty quick. So I'm going to go over here, blend it, bring it back, and I'm going to put it into my crock pot. All right, they're nice and blended. And I left a few of the seeds in. I'm going to rinse this off, put it in because I don't want to lose any of that flavor. So I'm going to put some water on it, because I'm going to need to add a little water into the mix anyway. Okay. Now, so this is our watered version, and I'm just going to hold on to that because I'm probably going to need to rinse this container out as well. As you can see, it is a little sticky, so we're going to put that in there, give it a good swizzle. In fact, I'm going to get a spoon and just give it a good stir, making sure that everything is in and going to come out. Okay. Now, that's just a little bit left in there. So we are good to go. Waste nothing. Now, I hope that you had a great time this weekend. I certainly did. And it was nice. I had a chance to spend a moment or two with family. And anytime you can do that is always a good time, in spite of what we're dealing with. But because of what we're dealing with, we have to make sure that we are preparing good meals along the way. Okay, now we've got the peppers in. I have already chopped up one onion. So this is actually one very small onion. I'm going to put that all in. I have a rotisserie chicken that I'm going to cut up. And right here, let me get my board. Let's get that cut up. And then we'll be on a good start. All right, now here's my rotisserie chicken. And you can see he's not that big, but remember, there's only two of us. And if you need more, chicken, then obviously you will have to get a bigger chicken. But I'm going with this one because that's what I have. And I buy them when they're on sale and freeze them. And then that way, when I need to pull one out, it's there, it's available, and I can do that. So I'm just taking this little string out before we get started. Getting everybody settled. I'm going to take all the skin off. And of course the bones will be out. I take the bones, put them over there, because we won't need them. Now, you know, this little meat that is on the wing, minus the skin, of course, is sweet meat. So, there we go. We're going to break that up. Now, I'm just going to very gently start to take the skin off. Now, I'm not going to throw the skin away. Let me tell you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag. So, when I get ready to make chicken broth or enhanced chicken broth, I have some additional chicken and skin to throw into the mix, because that just adds flavor into your broth. So let's get all of this broken up. And then if you want to chop, you can do that. Now, you don't need to watch me do this. You've done this before, I'm sure, where you've taken a chicken apart. And I'm trying to save you a little bit of time. Now, obviously, if I really wanted to keep this to a perfect 30 minutes, then I would not use Crockpot necessarily. The good thing about the Crockpot is that you can put it on and walk away. And which to me works in a 30-minute meal, because it's 30 minutes of my time that is dedicated to whatever the dinner is going to be. But, you know, we put it together, walk away from it, go on about your business, do what you got to do for the rest of the day, and you're good to go. So we are just having fun, getting this ready. Dinner is going to be set up for the evening. And when you walk in, if you have to go to work, then you will be able to just come in, grab a bowl, and be ready for dinner. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to just get quiet. This part I'll speed up. After our chili has been cooking for a couple of hours, I went back and added some additional things. And whatever else that came off the carcass into this bag, zipped it up, and it is ready for the freezer. I added 1 can of blended beans. I took the beans that we had used earlier. I had an additional can. I blended those up and I poured those in. And when I put those in, that will be our thickener for the chili. Then I added a can of drained yellow corn, as well as some green chilies. And they're mild, very mild, but they add that chili flavor that you want. I also took the the chilies can and measured out some salsa and added that additional hit to our chili. It really took it over the top. I gave the chili another couple of hours to simmer, and that worked out perfectly. But let me remind you of something. All of this could have been placed into the container at the very beginning, and that would be your advantage, especially if you have to leave the home in order to go to work. And so you could put everything in and then just let it simmer throughout the day on low. So enjoy your chili. You know, guys, distractions are never good. When you're distracted in the kitchen, there's always something that you leave out. And I left out the part where I actually put the bowls together. And so I did remember, but it was too late to show you the actual serving of the bowls. So I'm going to show you what that bowl looked like when I gave it to the big guy. This white chicken chili actually was divine, let me tell you. It was pretty to look at. I used my summer bowls and plates. As you can see, I served it with corn chips, either Fritos or whatever brand that you like. And I topped it with some sliced jalapeno peppers and a little bit of onion. Now, of course, I could have just topped it with some cheddar cheese or some provolone or some mozzarella. Whatever your desire is, that's what you can top this particular chili with. But I tell you what, there wasn't a lot left, and you can see that container, that crock pot, was overflowing. There was so much. So this is a great dinner for your family, and I certainly hope that you will take the time to do it. And do take the time to prepare those peppers, because they really make a difference. So without further ado, blessings to you. I hope that you like and subscribe, and that you will become a part of the Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme family, because this is where we work hard, we love God and family, and we know without a doubt that everything else is just gravy. So many blessings to you, and I'll see you again in the kitchen.